What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to some more Invictus 2953. Today is Drake Defensecon. So Drake kind of does, they kind of rebel against the UEE, you know, since the UEE and Invictus are like, oh no, Drake, they're all about pirating and meh. So Drake kind of rebels and does their own little mini event during Invictus week called Defensecon, and it goes from today to basically the end of Invictus. So I actually didn't know that until reading the sign, to be completely honest with you. But let's go check out Drake Day. I mean, it's pretty much Invictus. They're just doing it in their own little way because, you know, meh, you know, Drake is that rebellious child or rebellious teenager out of ship manufacturers. And to be honest with you, I've been kind of warming up to Drake lately. I mean, one of the biggest ships I used to have back when I started was a Drake Cutlass Black, and it was my favorite ship for a long time, and then I kind of fell out of Drake, and I'm like, man, Drake, rah, I like Aegis and all this stuff, and what the hell is this? Is this where we can rent like everything? Oh, all the Drake ships: Buccaneer, Caterpillar, Corsair, Cutlass Black, Cutlass Blue. All right, so I want to try this out because actually, can I shorten the days here? That's only 2 days. Okay. I'm debating whether or not to get a Cutlass Blue or a Cutlass Red. I'm kind of leaning more towards a Cutlass Blue right now, but I just want to take care of that. Cutlass Steel. We all know how much I like the Buccaneer now, and that's pretty much why I've been warming up to Drake lately. But all right, let's look at Defensecon. What's up? Oh, okay. Do we have a map of where we're looking, or is everything out in just this one floor? I think this is just one floor, so we'll go all the way around. I like that they have the Corsair right here, right off the rip. Corsair, I do like, but it's got its, there's, we'll talk about it when we get there. We're gonna go from left to right. We're gonna basically go with the ships that everybody knows about as the Drake Cutlass series. I believe right here is the Cutlass Black. The Cutlass Black is an entry level, I guess entry level. It comes in a $100 starter package, which is actually a really good bang for your buck because you can pretty much do everything in the game with the Cutlass Black. It's got 48 SCU of cargo space. It's got 4 size 3 hard points. It has, I think, about 24 size 2 missiles, same as the Cutlass Blue. It's got multi-crew gameplay with co-pilot seat and a twin or a dual size 3-man turret up there. It can hold its own as combat. It can do cargo. It can do box missions. It could literally do everything in the game. Like, if you were to only buy one ship, this could be the best ship you could buy, you know, and then just buy everything else in game. Like, this is a great ship. As much as people say it's made out of paper, and honestly, I honestly think in this patch they have gotten a buff because they seem a lot more tanky, at least fighting them they do. So I don't think that's the case anymore. So, but the Cutlass Black is a good all-arounder to get you, like, if you want to spend a little bit extra money, get yourself into the game. It's a good all-arounder to really show you the extent of all what the Star Citizen has to offer as of right now. Over here, looks like this is the Cutlass Steel. This is the slowest and the weakest out of the Cutty series. Basically, this is what Subliminal says. If you and 20 of your friends want to die, take the Cutlass Steel. It's slow. Yeah, it's got a couple extra guns because it's got door guns and stuff like that. It's got a remote turret in the back as well. But it honestly, if you're gonna go with a drop ship, go with a Valkyrie, because this is what this is. This is a drop ship. It's slow. It's not all that tanky from what I hear, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a Cutlass Black repurposed with jump seats. That's all it is, with a couple extra guns on it. And it's actually, and I believe, like I said, it's slower. I'm gonna keep pointing that out. It is slower than a standard Cutlass Black. Makes no sense. So over here is the Cutlass Red. One of the Cutlasses I'm actually considering on getting for medical gameplay, but I actually think I'm leaning more towards the blue. because I can do medical gameplay with my C8R and my Carrack. So I'm kind of going against that, but I think for a good all-arounder for solo and bunker running, I think this might be a really nice thing to have. Since instead of flying like a weak little Pisces or big Carrack, this is kind of like a good happy medium. At one point, you were able to actually spawn at the beds, or in the beds on these on the Cutty Red, but that is no longer the case. It's just a basic little medical bed to lay down in. You got 2 of them in here. The thing that's nice is it's got two extra beds to log out in, but other than that, no, nothing too crazy. It does not have a turret or any kind of turret, and this thing does not have missiles. It's just got 4 size 3 hard points, a pilot seat, and a co-pilot seat. They actually replace the gunner seat with a toilet. So that's nice, but because of that is why I'm kind of like, you know what, maybe not. I can do this stuff on the C8R in the Carrack. So, and then over here is I said that early, though. Is the Cutlass Blue. This is the interdiction ship. This is the bad boy ship. This is the cop ship. You know, it's got a QED. And yeah, it's got a QED. This is pretty much what the Razor Crest is, essentially. So you got a quantum dampener device. You also have cells for hauling targets or like live bounties, which isn't a thing yet, but it will be at some point. I don't know when. I hope we get that soon. I really do. So here are the cells you can stick your live bounties in. I forgot how many cells there are, but there's quite a few. What does it look like? 6 on one side, so you got 12 things. And then obviously you still have like 24, I believe, size 2 missiles. Why did I say missiles? That's weird. You got the dual size 3 man turret, pilot and co-pilot seat, and you got a better view from the pilot seat as well. And it's also the fastest Cutlass in a straight line. And honestly, from what I've been hearing from the Cutlasses in general, if you can get really good at managing your VTOL, you can get some crazy maneuverability out of a Cutlass. And that's why I'm considering one, because I want to try it. I really want to do. I really want to. So those are the Cutlasses. Over here is a Drake Caterpillar. This is the ship for the space truckers. You know, you want to fly you want something that's like a semi. Here you go. Yeah, it's a kind of opposite, because you know, in the semi you drive up here and all your cargo's back here. On the Caterpillar you drive back here and all your cargo's up here. But it can also be used as a mini pocket carrier, because you can fit the Furies in here. You can fit some Merlins in here. All the like snub fighters you can probably fit in here. I think because of the catwalks you can't quite fit arrows in there, but it's whatever. It holds a buttload of SU. I don't know the exact number. I'm not even gonna try to guess, because I know nothing about the Drake Caterpillar. The only thing I know about the Drake Caterpillar that I am interested in is if you get boarded and you need a quick escape, at some point this whole fuselage or whatever of the Caterpillar that we're looking at, where the cockpit is right here, that can the whole thing can detach into its own little escape craft to get away and just basically jettison your cargo. Like, as you can see, like, there's actually thrusters on the back of it, so you can actually use it to get away. And that's the thing I really, really like. It's a really cool feature of the Caterpillar when it actually becomes a thing. Right now it's fixed to the entire ship. You can't do anything with it, but once you can do that, that's going to be so cool. Maybe I'll get one then, but I don't right now. As of right now, like, I don't need a cargo ship. So over here we have the Drake Cutter, the newest starter ship in the game, and honestly, bottom tier, in my opinion. It's a bottom tier starter ship because it's pretty basic. Like, you can do some things. You can do early bounties. You can do some cargo running with it. You can do. It's only got 4 SCU cargo, so it's still less than a Titan. You got less firepower than a Titan. It's slower than a Titan. I don't know. Like, it used to have a. I don't know if they actually changed it. I know it's going to get nerfed at some point if they haven't already, but The selling point around the ship was the fact that it had 6,000 units of quantum fuel. And they were like, oh wait, no, that's a typo. Can't have that much. And it's like, that was the selling point for the cutter, to just literally get you around the entire verse with no problem. Like, that was the entire selling point. Even the description of the cutter has that on the RSI site. But, you know, they want to get it down. If they want to put it down to like 1250 or like 2000, cool, but don't knock it down to like 600 like the freaking Pisces, because then it makes this honestly a complete and utter waste of money. So I used to have a great opinion on the cutter, but that didn't last very long. This thing came out there in IAE last year, and it was a great LTI token, but that was about it, to be honest with you. So a quick claim time though. It's a really good runabout, but if they get rid of that quantum fuel, that's kind of pointless. So over here is the Drake Herald. This thing is a data runner. I think it's what it's classified as. Yeah, it's a data runner. And it's literally a rocket with a cockpit. That's all it is. That's all it is. It is the fastest ship in the game in a straight line. I don't exactly know the full top speed or remember. I know I've flown it once before. It's stupid fast in a straight line, but that's about it. Even with the little wings, you're kind of like, I'm not gonna be able to do much with like maneuverability on this thing. It's a tube with a cockpit and engines. It's basically the surveillance van of Star Citizen. That's what it is. And to be honest with you, it could be a little bit more inconspicuous, but whatever. But that's what it is. It's literally the FBI stakeout van of the verse. That's what it is. So it's actually got a cool interior. Let's go into it. I actually really like the interior of this thing. No, I don't want to rent you. No. Let me open. Okay, maybe not. Let me open the damn door. Does Drake be like, yeah, no touchy? Whatever. It's got a cool interior. It's like you got a bunch of computers on the side, you got a couple beds in the back, you know, and it's got a pretty cool looking cockpit, but yeah, over here is becoming one of my favorite light fighters in the game. It is severely underrated. But this is the Drake Buccaneer. The Buccaneer is basically a Hornet with fatter engines. It's faster and with fatter engines. You can match the DPS out of a Hornet with this, but it's faster, it's lighter, and it feels a little bit more maneuverable, and it feels better in atmosphere, in my opinion. And I like this thing. And I'm sorry that annoyed you, but if you take the size 4 off of this, like you take the top guns off, like whether it's a spindle mount or the size 4 fixed or whatever, I think you might actually be able to put a gimbal size 3 up there and it still fit. I haven't tried that yet, but if you take those off, you can fit it in a Carrack, and that is awesome. And that's why I think I'm going to keep this thing, because if I don't get a Cutty Blue, this is staying in my hangar, because what's going to happen is either I'm CCUing this up to a Cutty Blue, or I'm keeping the Buccaneer, and I'm probably going to buy a Hawk instead. So that's why I rented the Cutty Blue, because I wanted to see if I was into it. So yeah, this and the Hawk are the most underrated light fighters in the game, 100%. And honestly, people need to use them more because they are a lot of fun. Like, screw the glaring issues or whatever. They're not even glaring issues to me. Screw like, oh, it's not as good as this. Forget that mentality. Fly this thing. It's fun. It's tons of fun. Plus, it can put 6 guns on it. Like, come on. What else do I need to say? All right, I'm gonna quit ranting. Here is one of the newest ships in the game as well. This is the Drake Vulture that was introduced with the new game loop, the salvage game loop. And it's for light salvage. So you got for salvage, you got the Reclaimer and the Drake Vulture. The Vulture's got a better price point, a very better price point, and it's soloable. But I haven't flown this much. I don't know much about it, but I do like this ship. I like the aesthetics of it. The sound design of it are really nice, and it's really easy to navigate. Your cargo hold is where your salvage comes out, and you fucking pop the box out and go bloop right into the cargo grid. Open it up. You can go up the ladder. You know, you have your little room here. You got your QT drive. You got your little hab in here, so you can just live in it. You got your toilet, because, you know, Drake actually made a toilet. And then you have your cockpit right here. No problem, man. It's got a real nice cockpit. This thing comes stock with 2 gimbal badgers, I believe. If my HUD wouldn't be so damn fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know why my HUD's all fuzzy. I think they're size. Oh, bulldog. So gimbal bulldog, so it can go up to fixed badgers. So, and then where is? Can I? Whatever. Okay, hold on. Get me out of the seat. My favorite feature of this game, or of this ship, not this game, is... Oh, it's not gonna let me. God damn it. Hold on. Hold on. It's probably not gonna let me, so I'm just gonna try to show you from the... Don't know. No ladders. I'm gonna try to show you from here. Is this ladder can come down, and you can climb up, and actually get in, like, on the arm up top, and then open the side door, almost kind of like a like a construction vehicle. I can't think of the name right now, but like a real life construction vehicle. There's like a ladder you can climb in, and you just go into the thing and do that way, or you can go into the ramp in the back, which is really nice. So over here is also one of the newest ships in the game. Drake's been like, they're releasing a lot of ships lately. But here is one of the newer ships in the game. This is the Drake Corsair. It's their exploration vessel. This ship is not an exploration ship. I don't care how it's advertised. It is not an exploration ship. This is a gunship for pirating. That's all it is. No exploration ship is going to have 4 size 5 pilot-controlled hardpoints with 2 size 4s, I believe. Yeah, 2 size 4s on the wings. No. What I run on this thing are 4 gimbaled size 4 rhinos on the nose and 2 gimbaled size 3 panthers on the wings, because honestly, in my opinion, that's the only way this ship is good. I mean, yeah, you could put the fixed size 5 85Bs and 84Bs on the wings, but you have a finite amount of ammo. You're not nearly as maneuverable to actually get shots on anything with slow projectile speed. It's just, in my opinion, it's, unless you're shooting at a hammerhead, you're completely worthless with doing that. That's my personal opinion. A Drake Corsair is not a bad ship at all, but in my opinion, it's got issues I can't overlook. I mean, if you like it, and you want to fly it, go for it. You know, I don't care what people fly. We all know that. Fly what you want to fly. There's just, for me, the issues I cannot overlook on it is that it's dreadfully slow. Dreadfully slow. It can't turn even in space very well. At least not good enough for me. And to be honest with you, aesthetics for me are part of the biggest things for video games and things that I like. You know, I can look over some issues if aesthetics really hit the mark. That's why I love the Saber. That's why the Saber is my favorite fighter in the game. But I don't like the way this thing looks. Only for one reason. It's this really, really, really big, tall freaking wing on the side. Everything else about the ship is great. Everything else about this ship is fantastic. But if they would place this wing with like a dual like wing, kind of like on the opposite side, I would be straight up down, like 100% down. Like this got like a dual like kind of like fin on the side, and then this has like a straight, like really long freaking wing. And honestly, like, yeah, the asymmetrics, they want to do some asymmetrical stuff on it, but I don't like, or at least shorten the wing, because the wing is really freaking long and it just drives me nuts. So aesthetically, I'm not a fan of that, but other than that, it's dreadfully slow. And honestly, for multi-crew gameplay, in my opinion, it's not even the best in that case, because yeah, you got a little bit of, you got a remote turret up top that you can cover your ass with, but the firing arcs or your viewpoints of these turrets kind of suck. And I think that has to do with placements. Yeah, you're really well covered from the side, don't get me wrong, like really well covered from the side, but you can't quite get straight forward, and obviously you can't quite go straight back because you got wings in your way. So it's like, solo it's great if you're doing PvE stuff, but that's about it. So I'm not trying to dog on the Corsair. Corsair is a great ship. It really, really is, especially for like if you're doing your pirating stuff, and if you can stay or keep your nose on a target, you're gonna shred things so fast it's stupid. It's just those things are things I cannot look past for the Corsair, and every time I fly it, I'm kind of like, yeah, I've had my fill. So I know I missed one thing, but over here we have the Dragonfly. It's a hover bike, nothing special. It's got some guns on it. I don't quite know the size of them, but I think they're size 1s. But it's a dual seat hover bike, which is really nice. I just wish hover bikes had more of a place in SC right now, because like if you wanted to use a hover bike for getting around, for like let's say you need to fly a little bit further back from a bunker because turrets are shooting at you, on a hover bike, turrets are still going to shoot at you. On a vehicle that's planted on the ground like a Nova or an Ursa or a Cyclone, turrets will not shoot at you. But if you're on a hover quad, a Dragonfly, or a Nox, turrets will still shoot at you. And hover bikes are kind of in a depressing state in SC right now, and it kind of sucks. But that's all of Drake Defensecon. This is a little bit of a short one, at least a shorter one. But to be honest with you, I think this is the best day so far out of Invictus. And you want to know why? Aside from Aegis and Anvil. Aegis and Anvil are, for me, are actually tied right now for the best day, but this Drake day is probably right behind them because of one reason. Drake showed every ship they have to offer. Yes, I know this event is more for combat and military applications and stuff like that. So I understand why like Aegis and Mist and Origin didn't show every ship they have to offer because it's a military combat event. But I want to point out one thing. I do think exploration has some military applications, whether it's discovering new species or new habitable worlds and stuff like that. You know, you think the military would have some kind of division for exploration and finding stuff out like that. So I think exploration ships should also be Invictus. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Yeah, I guess the 400i is a touring ship, but I see that as a solo explorer 100%, and I'm so disappointed that that wasn't here during like the Origin and Smorgasbord day. So regardless though, that is Drake Day, that is Drake Defensecon. They showed everything that they had to offer, and honestly, I dog on Drake, and I know my buddies dog on Drake, but at least me personally, I will not deny that Drake is still a very, very good manufacturer, and I understand why it is loved. So I think I'm gonna wrap things up there, and I'm gonna go take out my Cuddy Blue and see if I decide I want to CCU my Buccaneer up to a Cuddy Blue. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video and around the verse. Alrighty, have a good one.